A civil nuclear constabulary police constable has been dismissed after being found to have sent an inappropriate image to a female colleague at a Christmas party. 40-year-old Kevin John Parks sent a picture of what's been called a sex organ as part of a series of inappropriate messages which were allegedly intended to be funny banter that went a bit too far, or so Carlisle and District Magistrates Court was told. The offence itself is said to have taken place on December the 16th last year while colleagues from the Civil Nuclear Constabulary were on their Christmas night out. Just before 8 p.m, a female colleague in the group received a message asking, "Are you lonely tonight? Will you be with me?" In response to her asking who had sent the message, a reply stated that it was an inspector who was there as part of the group. The woman then received a message showing a male sex organ, along with other rude messages. However, the woman said that she could see it was not the inspector, as the message had implied, because she could see him holding his drink, talking to colleagues while the messages were coming through. The court was told that after receiving the messages, the woman had been left feeling anxious and distressed and grossly offended. How on earth do these people get into the police? As a result of the messages, Kevin John Parks was arrested and his phone was seized and examined. Parks gave a no-comment interview, as he is told to do so by the Police Federation rep, but his phone data showed that he had been the one to send the messages. John Smith, defending, said the victim had reported what happened to the inspector involved. He took advice from his superiors, and it was this that led to the decision to report the matter 4 days after the incident. Mr. Smith said, "It was something which was said in jest, a jest that may have felt to have been in poor taste and might be felt to be inappropriate. It was banter between work colleagues that had gone wrong." Parks is, of course, said to have had no previous convictions and had lost his job due to the inappropriate messages, but at Carlisle and District Magistrates Court, he was also found guilty and sentenced to a fine of £150 with a £34 victim surcharge and costs of £85. Sticking with Sellafield Civil Nuclear Constabulary now, another one that slipped past my radar is that of 45-year-old Shaun Mandale, and this is a story from the 22nd of July this year, so 3 or so weeks ago. Mandale appeared at the Carlisle Crown Court after being found with more than 18,000 indecent images of children. A total of 6 charges were levied against him, which were 3 allegations of making of indecent images of children. Now, in law, the term making images relates to simply downloading them as well as actually making them. A 4th allegation of possessing the images, totaling 18,134. A 5th charge of possession of 96 extreme pornographic images said to feature bestiality, and a 6th charge alleges possession of 52 prohibited images of children. I would have thought all child abuse images were prohibited, but there we go. The charges were said to span a time period between February 2nd, 2020 and July the 1st, 2021. That's 515 days. 18,134 images is equivalent to 35 images a day, 7 days a week for the whole time frame. Unfortunately for the public, Mandale's brief failed to appear for the trial as he was at the time involved in industrial action over pay, and so the trial was postponed until October the 21st. And this sick cretinous fuckpig was released on bail with one condition: not to have unsupervised contact with children under the age of 18. Now, it is important to note that Wayne Cousins was previously a member of the Civil Nuclear Constabulary after he joined them in 2011, after Thames Valley Police carried out their vetting checks. The Civil Nuclear Constabulary recruitment checks are said to all be carried out by Thames Valley Police. So, if they can let these kind of cretins through, you can imagine the other kinds of cretins that they have serving with guns. In fact, you don't need to imagine. I've mentioned 2 more of them here. I suppose it's a very good thing that they don't have much, if any, interaction with the general public, but I think maybe anyone who served with the CNC should automatically be barred from joining any other police force. Now, with Cousin's nickname being the rapist, I wonder what these two's nicknames were. I'm sure they were just as pleasant.